Hi, video journal 3. Oh my gosh, I look so tired and beat up. Anyway, I am about to do video journal 3, um, which is the last video, and I'm excited. So starting with number 1, pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve that followed me throughout my childhood is, this is funny. I have two brothers. I have two brothers, I should say. And one of my brothers is very notorious for leaving the toilet seat up. So as a little girl, when I have to use the bathroom really bad, I just go in there and not look back. And I will actually fall into the toilet. And that was just like the most embarrassing moment because I was tiny. This big old toilet without the lid band down was like intimidating, basically. So what happened? I fall into the toilet multiple times, and that is that's a pet peeve that I've dealt with throughout childhood. So now I'm in my adulthood, and I raised two boys. I had to train them to not leave the toilet lid up, to be considerate and mindful of the girls that's in the house. Because I don't want nobody to live what I been through that experience. But it was just annoying. It was something I didn't really have control of, being the youngest sibling. But however, I had to deal with it. And so growing up, I had to remind myself to look back before using the bathroom and make sure the the lid is down, so I would not experience that cold water, hitting my back end or whatever the case may be. But that's like that's a pet peeve I have. And that has followed me throughout childhood. But like right now, I don't deal with it anymore, because like I said, I kind of redirect my boys to be mindful of others and respectful that, we do have, females in the house, and to remember to, let the seat down when they're done. That's my pet peeve number 1. I have a couple more, but, you stay name one, but yeah, that's my biggest one that I've dealt with through childhood. As far as dual awareness, tongue-tied. Okay, so we know this is like deer season, right? I went on a trip to Cincinnati with one of my closest friends. I want to say about 8 years ago. And as we were driving back, she was looking down, reaching for a White Castle burger. We had just left White Castle. It was like around about 5 o'clock in the morning, so we waited for the daybreak, so we can hit the road. It's only like a 4-hour drive or less, depending on how you drive. But we always go to the Cincinnati Fest. So on our way home, I was looking down, I'm not the driver, I'm the passenger, but she also took her eyes off the road. And when she put her eyes back on the road, what was in front of us? Bambi. So she slammed on brakes, but it was too late. We crushed this deer, basically drug the deer like 500 feet. It was almost like a 5-car pileup, and it was like horrific. So this is like a form of PTSD that has followed me through, these past 8 years. So now I have this dual awareness where my past is making me more aware of the present moment. So when I'm driving the expressway and I see the deers off to the side of the road, I have this sensation in my body that's like basically put me in fear. It's like my heart would drop into my stomach, and I'm like, please do not come onto this road. And I slow down, and, it's like, it's a feeling that I really almost cannot describe. But, I do have a little heart palpitation, and, they can be intimidating, and they definitely will tear up your car. So I have this dual awareness of that past experience and mindful of, the present moment, and that this is the deer season, and they will fly out on you in a heartbeat. So yeah, that right there, oh my gosh, the worst experience ever. I can't begin to speak on that. But yeah, it's very traumatizing. Um, as far as rituals and cleansing a negative space that I had to return to, perfect example. So my mom's birthday is December 12th. My siblings, well, not my sister, so more so my oldest brother. We not on good terms. We have been on bad terms since my mom passed in 2015, and the funeral was just like a disaster. And it was like, I couldn't believe it when, things were going the way they were going. And my brother was, acting the way he was acting, considering the fact that he's the oldest. And I would think he would have been a little bit more mature about the whole situation, but he wasn't. So, on the 12th, my mom's birthday is coming up. So I had to return to a space, which is negative. And this was like a meeting place. We like to, hold like a meeting place at my niece's house, and he's there. And that space is negative to me because we don't talk, we don't speak. And I don't know. Ever since my mom's funeral, it's just like I just have this bitterness towards him, and I really, really had to pray and ask God to allow me to forgive him for what he has done. During the time my mom was, leaving this, well, she left the earth, but, just as far as, her service. And I don't know, I don't have my heart to forgive him. So I have to return to my niece's house where he is present and he's negative, always negative. And my ritual is to basically chant through it, like I ask God to shield me from the negativity. I want to get through this little hour session. I was planning, our annual memorial for her, and to just let bygones be bygones. But like I said, he's such a negative person, and it's kind of hard for me to be in the same room with him. So I have to cleanse this room with the spirit, So it's like basically I have to pray, ask God, like, please just keep me in a positive state, let me get through this moment. I got to remember it's for my mom, She's been gone for, since 2015, but I have to be mindful that, we're doing this for her. And it took me, I want to say about 4 years for me to even start meeting with them in this space, because I didn't want to be around that negativity. So as the time went by, my sister convinced me, we had to let that go, and we're doing it for mom. And, this is, something that I have to be the bigger person and, just overlook. However, being in that space with him, definitely have to, create this ritual. And my ritual is to just pray, just ask God just to keep me in a calm state and just to shield me from the negativity, So, because people will try to break you down, and they work extremely hard doing so. But nevertheless, I try to, just basically do like a little meditation and, just focus on the present moment and not the past, because the past will kind of like, it will put a damper on your presence and your future, basically. But one thing I wish and I hope that I can do is forgive him and move on. And, next year, when we have this meeting again, that I won't feel the way I feel. But until then, hey, that's how I feel, and there's nothing I can do about it. But those are that's my journal, our final journal. And it's been a blast. But yeah, it's just, I gotta stay strong, stay positive, and keep it moving. So with that being said, thank you for everything. Bye.